Hey everyone, and welcome back to another FGO Thirstday, and we're starting off with Artoria Pendragon Lancer, aka Artoria! Wink, nudge nudge. Lion King. Yeah, the more well and down Artoria. Knowing that Artoria growing up and becoming this bombshell, and we're stuck with her as she is now. Ah, shame, shame, shame. I like them boobies. I really do like her design actually here, you know. This is a little bit more like, yeah, you know, fan service style going on here, like literally showing her massive cleavage, like weapon of mass TD destruction. But this I do like, you know, it looks a little bit, and I really do like the mane from the helmet and the shoulders and all that. It looks really neat, like Lion King indeed. Yeah, that looks nice. Look like, when I think about it with the hair and all that, look like a Dragon Ball. You know? When they go Super Saiyan, or what the fuck are they called? When they go like Super Saiyan stage 54 or something like that, when they get long hair and all that. And we have... She looks so small here, without her horse on. I feel like this is a very... I don't know why, but it feels like a little bit of a weird optic. Considering that the other images, when she's showing like massive cleavage, instead here her head looks very big, her body small. I mean, obviously, if they press in the boobies, they shrink quite a lot, so to say. But still, it feels a bit small. But I do like the that we get to see more design like this. I love to see that. And the big Lancer pogo stick there. I like it. I like it. Class Lancer, Artoria Pendragon, Legend of King Arthur, Britain, Lawful Good, 171, 57 kilos, question mark. Kawasumi Ayako, voice actor. Voice other 16 characters, joke, it's all Artoria. Only voice Anne, Bonnie, Fu, and Protomal in Arthur's MP outside of the other 13 repeats. You will see this name a lot. Yeah. Wait, there are 13 different sabers? Well, sabers. Artorias? Oh my god, dude. The light work. Why milk it so much? You know? We could have Eric, or we could have Blackbeard, but no, we need reach 20. Strength B, Constitution E, Agility A, Constitution A, I think I said B there, A, Magic Power A, Luck C, No Fantasy A++, my god. Dude, her stats are insane. Damn. Class skill. Magic Resistance B. Nullifies Magicraft spells that were done with a chant of 3 verses or below. One practical does not suffer damage from Magicraft even if it was great Magicraft or ritual spells. Dude, Magical Resistance is like so bonkers, man. Seriously. Being a mage and dealing with servants that have Magical Resistance, like, yeah, fuck that, man. You're screwed. Riding A. Artoria can freely handle all vehicles and beasts except divine beasts and dragonkins. Just noting that A rank riding is usually not high ranked enough for one to be able to ride phantasmal beasts. Oh. But it seems Artoria can do this since the description doesn't mention her being unable to ride phantasmal ranked beasts. Now that's a little bit weird. Would they just add that nilly-willy? I feel like that's a very I mean, after all, phantasmal beasts are like very top tier. Personal skill, magical boobs. A skill that temporarily strengthens oneself by infusing their body and weapons with their magical energy. Licking it. Although it's possible to do that to tremendously raise one's physical abilities, magical energy consumption is not very efficient. So, in a way, it kind of reminds me of a combustion engine, you know? A little bit of a bad one, you know? That you get quite a lot of power, but it's not very efficient. Charisma B. The natural talent to command an army. Artoria ruled over Britain even while it was exposed to foreign enemies, and having entirely repelled those enemies, possessed high charisma. Hey, she do, you know? B stand for boob. We all know that. Fuck me, I'm gonna take on the hat. I'm terrible sorry, but my hair is unruly. Unlike Artoria. Blessing from the end of the world's A. What? Artoria, who possesses the whole lands that exists as an anchor to the planet, is receiving divine protection from the farthest ends itself. The blessing from ends of the world skill is EX rank in the game. What? Really? What does that even mean? It exists as an anchor to the planet. What a... Wait, what do you mean by that? Is the planet literally floating around and then you anchor it like a fucking boat? Are we in a space ocean? How does that work? And if that is the case, and I assume that is insanely important, why would you run around and stab people with it? I don't think that is a good shit. Am I just wondering too much? It feels like a very bad thing to pull around, you know? I'm just saying, you should probably not pull that. You know when you see in the old cartoons, when they're like pulling the plug of a bathtub and they're like, and then it literally flush the cartoon characters and all of that. This is what I expect happen when Artoria pull out the lands and the entire world. Something like that. Invisible Air, the Wind King's Barrier. Range 1-2, anti-personal phantasm. When Artoria materialized as a saber, this noble phantasm was something that concealed her sword. But when she materialized as a lancer, it's treated as nothing more than a wind noble phantasm. Just a wind noble phantasm, you know. It blows. Rongominiad. The lance that shines to the end of the world. A++. Range, maximum number target people 900. Anti-fortress. My god. The Holy Lance, an anchor of storm that fastens the planet together. And you pulled it out? Isn't that very bad? It is a god-forged armament. Its true form is said to be a tower that fastens the surface of the world onto the planet. At the time of its true name release, its rank and classification changes. It is the pillar of the farthest end, shining and filled with the brilliance of the planet. Even when its original power is still restricted according to 13 restraints. Dude, that is some like Final Fantasy VII stuff going on there, like, you know, the shining of the planet, the Mako energy. The pillar of light that fastens the outer layer of the world onto the planet is viewed as the main body of the Holy Lance Rongominiad. It is because of the existence of the 13 restraints which are endowed with the same process as the sacred sword of the planet that saves the world. What? Is that Excalibur? That is barely in a state where it can succeed taking form as a noble phantasm. God! Why does she have the most dangerous pogo stick in the world? Why should she really swing that thing around? Wouldn't it be better if you just stuck in place? I just assume. Personality: King Arthur, the legendary Night King who governed over Britain. And what if King Arthur, who, after emerging as king, made the Holy Land his main armament instead of the sacred sword and reigned over Britain? Although she has the same appearance as the Night King, aka Goddess Rongominiad, who reigned over the holy city and acted for the sake of leaving as many humans behind in the aftermath as the majority, while the height of the great undertaking, the human order incineration, was looming, she is essentially a different person. Having lost her growth suspension caused by the sacred sword, Artoria grew to a physical age suitable for a king. She became an existence closer to divine spirit because she using the Holy Lance, but given that her usage period of the lance was merely about a decade, her mental and spiritual makeup has not changed in a big way. However, her body has changed in a big way. Giggity giggity. I hate you. Oh god. Yeah. Why would her mental and spiritual makeup not change much at all? When you think about it, because she literally just grow up as normal, you know? I mean, I assume it's because, you know, they want to have the kind of cute waifu thing going on here, but... You know, because Saber wasn't really... Then again, I guess it's because, you know, she's still a king and all that, but young in her mind. That sounds fucking weird, man. Maybe just me overthinking it. Motive attitude towards master. Artoria, who was summoned to Chaldea as a servant, knows the beauty of the world. She will certainly fight together with the master and with all the power that she is able to hold. All for the sake of taking back the world that shines, even if it's not at the farthest ends. Character image in FGO. A heroic spirit of a different possibility that branched from the normal Artoria. Although she has a form of a human, this version of Artoria Pendragon can no longer be called a heroic spirit of the man attribute. I wonder why. I think it's pretty obvious. Her titties. Due to the properties hidden within the Holy Lands, she has changed alter into existing close to that of a divine spirit. A goddess, if anything. What? While she has become more rational and moreover more composed than the Artoria of the Sacred Sword, her human nature has not been parted with. Rather, there exists placidity in the choices she makes in proportion to how much she has grown into an adult, attaining the ideal way a king ought to be. This version of Artoria is a heroic spirit of the heavens attribute that personally returned her whole lands at Camlan Hill, before she returned to Earth. However, the servant Lion King, who has the same appearance as her, was not able to die when she was fated to die. That sounds like something Shira would say, and the result, she became a wandering ghost while keeping onto the Holy Lands. Because the Lion King held onto the Holy Lands and transformed into goddess Rongominia, completely changing into divine spirit in the process. This version of Artoria is different inside compared to the Lion King. Nani? Dude, they made this very, very complicated. Okay. But as they explain here, you know, they say like here, her mental spirit makeup has not changed in a big way, but here you'll see that they explaining that she changed quite a bit, you know? I feel like they don't really like get their act together, you know? Others. There are various opinions about Artoria's physique, as her body weight is not listed when she is a lancer. Also, when she is a lancer, she is always mounted on a horse. This time her steed is her horse Dun Stallion. Okay, so not Sylvester Stallion. Artoria Pendragon, Lily, charming. So that's too is one of what ifs of me in the history. Yeah, one of very many. My God. Artoria Pendragon, the thing that person was burned with were equal to all of mine, were they not? I see. No, I feel I like this. It is even less painful than what I thought I would feel, you know? Instead, pride is welling up inside this chest. Or something, I will say. Wink, wink, none. Since I'm doing like patting her head would, as one would expect, be too impolite of me, I wonder if she would be willing to drink something like alcohol together with me instead. Dude, I would love to see, like, Lancer Pendragon appearing like that and, like, looking serious at Artoria, and she's, like, looking back, and then she, Lance Artoria literally just put her hand on her, like, wah, 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 wah. I think that would be cute. Artoria Pendragon, Lance Alter, the king of the storm, the wild hunt, huh? I see, so it's like that. Why did this happen? I fucking don't remember. Why I remember she was in London, you know, but other than that, I fucking don't remember. Nice round table. I'm glad they seem to be in good health. It is good to take an occasional breather too. But do not overdo everything, alright? Everything in moderation. Mordred, no reaction. What? Come on, man! She have daddy issues. Be her daddy. Merlin, do not overdo it. Gilgamesh, Osmandi, do not overdo it. What? Romulus, what is this expression? Ah, yes, it would be nice if you roam in moderation as well. Anyway, I give you my gratitude. Well, that's actually a surprise. I'm happy to see her managing poor Romulus. That is literally forgotten because Nero is a thing in Rome. Bedivere, do not look after me constantly, at least not this much. You yourself materialize as a servant of Chaldea's master. You should live freely, even more so in this time as such. Do not cry, Bedivere. Raise your face. I'm not the one that you know, and also, you're not the Bedivere that I know. But those tears, they really pierce into my chest. Oh man, dude, that's sad. That makes me feel. It feels, man. I want to make a boob joke, but that was a feel thing there. Yeah, man. As for Lance, a comment from Illustrated. As for Lance Artoria's design, her design was settled ahead of Alter despite being released later. I felt like I kept in mind of an impression that Saber Artoria had legitimately evolved as I drew her, like a Pokemon or Digimon. Afterwards, when the time came where she became necessary for a separate design for her role as the Lion King in Chapter 6, it resulted in us in proceeding with a combination of all her ascension stats. As one would expect, if her breast infant final ascension were exposed during Chapter 6, Camelot would have totally ruined the whole holy section moment, right? They are sentient, they know about the power of the boobies. And that's good. Potat. Illustrated got me with the last yeah. Same. Oh lord. This is a character that basically what I normally want from a bunch of others. An alternate class. As such, I like her. Getting two of her in a single pull helps with that. I love her design, especially the armor. Same, I love the armor. But the one with the badonkers getting upgraded, not so much. Yeah, it kind of ruined it a little bit. It's not horrible, but I just enjoy her armor design a lot more than her bodysuit. Same. And the same is with Mordred, you know. I really like Mordred's armor. But, yeah. That said, she looks like a big-headed dwarf in her... Ah! I'm happy I'm not the only one that thought her head looked big. She needs a bit of polish in her animation. They are pretty boring, barely different from Iskander's OG animations. Yeah, though that is something many servants need, so... But yeah. I wonder what in moderation stuff Gag is about. I never really saw her saying stuff like that in her lines. And I wonder if the constant mention of her chest in the dialogue is on purpose, lol. I wouldn't be surprised. That it sounds like it could be. By the way, for many years I thought BTVW were meaning between, not by the way. So I'm still sometimes thinking like between, you know, instead of by the way. That was a shocker for me, man. I'm dumb. Then again, no one ever explained. I just saw the word and I assume it was. She doesn't have a dialogue on the section. That's the first. Yeah, that is true. I don't know if it was in the OG mats or in the translation, just didn't bother. Except our more meaningful dialogue with Romulus is his spear is also a big deal, but the better dialogue was good shit. Yeah, that was good. And I'm just happy she actually mentioned Romulus. Otherwise, generally, like, Romulus get ditched pretty hard. But, yeah, I think she is pretty okay. I really do like... And there she has a very big head, definitely. But I really do dig her armor like this, man. That is really neat. And, yeah, otherwise I think she's pretty okay. I liked her in Camelot. She had a pretty cool role there and all that, obviously, as the ruler, so to speak. I still personally don't have her yet. I do have Alter, though. Lancer Alter. Which I... think is a little bit weird, but other than that, I think she's an okay character, you know. Lancer Artoria. Even if I do think it's kind of... It's a little bit silly with all the Artorias pumping around, you know. I think I would like to see more different characters. But I do like, because this Lancer is very, very different from the original Saber. So I think that do quite a lot, because it really gives the idea of like a completely different character, you know? And I think that is great. That is what I really like, rather than them being very similar and, you know, it kind of like, not so funny in the end. So yeah. But yeah, an okay character, completely. Best with armor on, even if I like boobies, it kind of like, you know, becomes a little... I think that is something that is interesting. I know I often talk about that, but, you know, about, oh, boobies and all that. And I promise you guys, it's not because I'm gay. I'm bisexual though, but I like boobies. But you know, when they come, when you've seen it so many times for so many years, it becomes kind of ridiculous, you know. And when you're thinking a knight, and you see a dude there in full plate armor that looks badass as fuck, and then there comes a chick beside him with the same armor, but you literally see like all her midriff, her boobs, and the thighs and everything. It becomes a little bit like, you know. And I'm okay with like having sexy designs and all that, but it becomes a little bit redundant, you know. So I'm happy that they actually did most of her literally having the armor and all of that. And of course they have the badonkas out, but I don't know, I think it's pretty good. I like the armor. I like armors in general. They're really cool. And the next character is Nitocris! Chocobunny or Nito. Yay! Nitos that I don't remember, I said something in a stream once and Vodka took that out of context. Damn you, Vodka! Look at that precious smile! The second one, that is so cute! And the blushing Nitocris is also adorable there. Well, except the swimsuit thing going on, I really do like Nitocris. Damn, she has some hips, or as Marine would say, sexual symbol. And she has long, big, fluffy hair. And to be fair, being dressed like this in Egypt would fucking probably kill you, you know? At least if she's walking outside, that's what I think. Inside, probably not so bad, but, you know, because blistering sun, not good for the skin. Yeah. I don't know, otherwise I do like her, especially like with the ears, the jackal ears, because I assume that it's based on jackal, right? And her design is generally very, she's very cute. I think she's pretty neat. That hair is so cool though, I will say. I like that hair. I'm still wondering though how the fuck her boobs are covered like literally by a small piece of metal, like well, gold. And I'm not sure about that, but okay. She's like a zebra. I love it. Nitocris, historical fact, lawful good, 162, 51 kilos. Tanaka Minami voices, also voices Ortlinda, Black-haired Valkyrie. Ooh, nice. Strength E, Constitution E, Agility C, Magical Power A, Luck B+, Noble Phantoms B+. She has some good stats there. At least these two are pretty good. Well, magic as well, of course, but the physical pretty weak. But you know what? We don't expect a physical powerhouse of a mage in general. Though there are those that are, like Titty Monk. Wasn't she pretty physical strong? If I don't remember wrong. Territory Creation A. One can create a workshop which is an advantage position for themselves as a mage. Because Nitocris possesses rank A in this, it's possible to create a temple which is superior to work. What? Dude, that's awesome. Can't you make a pyramid? That would be cool. 2 Creation B+. One can create device tinged with magical energy. Nitocris is restricted in that she cannot produce things related to Egypt magecraft. Many of the devices and tools manufactured with modern magecraft, such as golems, homunculi, and miracle drugs, are objects that even resemble the ones in Egypt magecraft. But the ones in Egypt magecraft are also by far more specialized in its versatility. And the color of its magic is darker. Because of this skill, the device and tool created by Nitocris always have holy inscription engraved on them. Neat. Divinity B. A skill which one has divinity. That is a fucking high, man. The Pharaoh is the ruler who reign over the people in Egypt on the land they govern, while simultaneously it is a person who attained godhood. That being the case, they exist as god more than as a ruler. Well, that's pretty fancy. Egyptian Magecraft A denotes one's ownership of the magic crest of ancient Egypt. The owner of this skill is given a plus modifier towards check related to necromancy magecraft. Necromancy! It's just, I'm thinking, me and my friends playing D&D, and one of my friends in the group, I'm playing an orc rogue, and my friend is playing an mage that literally is, all magic is good, even necromancy. So he's speaking well about necromancy, but in that world, orcs are literally fighting against the army of the undead. So necromancy is seen pretty bad by the orcs. My orc is like literally like, no, and they are not on the same level when it comes to that kind of magic. So I was thinking of that. High-speed divine words be the ability to speak magical incantation at an accelerated speed. By using language from the age of gods, greater magecraft can be caused in one step at the speed of a single action. Affection of the sky god plus BB. A pharaoh divinity changes in accordance with things like the era, but Nitocris is regarded as a child of the sky god Horus, as well as his incarnations. The description of the affection of the sky god skill was originally part of the description for the divine skill in her game profile. Oh. Noble Phantasm. Anpuneb.Jesser. The nether mirror Thesaurus. Thesaurus? Like, check words, the Thesaurus? Anpuneb.Jesser. Anubis, lord of the sacred land. A mirror that projects things that do not exist in reality. Ooh, that's scary. It does not function as an optical mirror. What is reflected is nothing but a grotesque and dreadful darkness that is constantly repulsive. Nitocris described this as a mirror that reflects the netherworld, or perhaps the image of a spiritual world of darkness. But the details are unknown, whether it's indeed extension of the dark abyss of the underworld, a demonic prison manufactured by the ancient Egypt gods, or nothing more than something formed due to magical energy welling up inside of her. What spectacle really exists on the opposite side of the mirror? Probably some bad shit we should probably not mess around with. Yeah, that's probably best not to do that. I would just see it as a very, very, very bad thing to do. Or as I would say, bad optics. Personality. Fundamentally, Nitocris is a wise and graceful woman, always being calm toward crises and dangers, and she possesses the emotional strength and intelligence to make it possible for her to deduce the very best move. Or that is what is expected of her, but there's a reason why she repeatedly jumps to the wrong conclusion, and why she is often short-tempered. It is because she has a fierce will burning brightly inside of her heart. I mean, you can literally have a fierce will burning brightly in your heart while being calm. I assume, at least. Even if she was a queen who was pushed up to the throne as a puppet, Nitocris is still a child of God, and she probably possessed the self-awareness of being a pharaoh, a ruler who reaches for godhood. Therefore, she massacred the influential people who tried to turn the pharaoh into an influential tool. The reason why she killed them wasn't only because she wanted vengeance for her brothers, but because the splendor that is the pharaoh should not be defiled by the lower classes. Ah, classists! And that is surely no doubt for the sake of further continuing to the extent of the pharaoh for millennia and beyond. Okay. It's not much about, it's a little bit more of like background rather than personality, but yeah. I will say I haven't really got so much of this, being very calm toward crisis, because she seemed very like emotional, which is not a bad thing in my opinion. Like, she gets scared and of course and always want to please Ossie and all that, being very like many times even it reminds me that in wasn't she like literally losing quite a bit of her confidence in her what is it called, interlude, but Ossie and we helped her to get her back a little bit. I think it was something like that, right? But yeah, I don't know, I do like her. Nitocris come into contact with the protagonist as an allied partner. The wish Nitocris wants to make to the Holy Grail is for my brothers to live peacefully in an eternal paradise. For Nitocris, who became a heroic spirit, she does not know if her assassinated brothers had made their entry onto the road that leads into the eternal paradise, located in the afterlife of ancient Egypt without any problem, as they should have expected. Therefore, she has no choice but to wish. Aw, dude. She's precious, Bunny, man. I like Nitocris. A speech. Lower your head, you're being disrespectful. I am Horus, for I am Pharaoh. I sentence you to death for high treason. Heroic spirit, servant, before all of that I am, yes, a Pharaoh, puffs out her. Perish, you unsightly people. I'm sorry for being unsightly. I'm sorry. Your screams, your groans, your requests, there is no need to grant them to somebody like you lot. Oh, come on, man. I just want the PlayStation 5. Wait, PlayStation 5 is the latest one, right? Yeah, I think it is. Oh yeah, it is. I literally have no fucking memory. Historical image. A magic queen who held the throne in the 6th dynasty of the ancient Egypt, even if only for a short time. A figure who lived around the 22nd century BC. That's a long ass time. Strangely, Nitocris has the same name as the ancient queen of Babylon. I mean, I guess that is not so weird. I mean, maybe she was named after that because, you know, giving her good luck or something? I assume. Her throne, which became the seat for puppet pharaohs due to the hands of influential people who made the light of the gods, was smeared with blood more often than it being something that gives praise to the splendor of the gods. However, Nitocris, who became the pharaoh, cannot stop forgetting the regrets of the preceding young kings, of whom they were her brothers, that were altogether murdered by the hands of the influential people, and the throne of the pharaoh, worthy of splendor, was played with the lower class. She could not forgive that. Punishment for disrespectfully playing with even the seed for the pharaoh, who served as a ruler and worthy to be a god. Punishment for committing treason in vain by putting your hands on my beloved brothers. Yep, they done goofed. They got fucked. Although she obediently abided by them from them for a short while, Nitocris advanced a plan in secret to kill the influential people altogether. What is it, Jean-Lee? She opened a banquet in order to gather them, the treasonous people who showed irreverence, into an enormous basement that was constructed by her, and in the middle of their intoxication, she filled the basement with a massive amount of water drawn in from the Nile River, killing every single person through drowning, those having accomplished her. Dude! Man, that's brutal. That explained her MP in her summer version, yeah? You know? Because she locked people, her opponents in and then flooded with water. Afterward, it is said Nitocris chose to promptly commit suicide without making arrangement for rebirth that it's come to after her death as a pharaoh. Although she was said to be the last pharaoh of the 6th dynasty, there's no discovery of a positive proof that Nitocris clearly existed, even up to the present day, so she is also viewed as a queen in legends. However, the Greek historian Herodotus in the 5th century BC wrote down her existed in the histories, written as the world's first history book. Damn. I mean, yeah, it's not the first time we have a character that is ambiguity when it comes to like existing or not. But then again, you have lots of characters that we know were fictional but still exist, so Character image in Fate Go. A magic queen who held the throne in ancient Egypt dynasty, even if only for a short time. Beyond her gentle smile, Nitocris possessed absolute confidence as a pharaoh. Really? There was scepter held in her hand. Okay, I don't assume it was, but was. In her symbol of royal authority, while the simultaneously is the same scepter held by the ancient Egypt gods. It is also a magical mystic code that possesses powerful mystery. Damn. The gods blessed her to have a strong will and pride. Gifted the powers of the sky and gifted the power of the underworld, she was bestowed enough power to conduct her revenge. Was it a section of the Nile River as written by Herodotus that she really used to kill her bitter enemies whom she invited to the basement? Or was it a torrent of evil spirits overflowing from her bronze mirror of darkness given to her by the gods that killed them? After her death, Nitocris did not proceed towards the eternal paradise that is in the afterlife of ancient Egypt. Consequently, she committed suicide without even making arrangement for a rebirth. Aww. So she is... That doesn't sound good. Was it the blessing of the gods, or was it because of people's thoughts? For later on, Nitocris would be engraved into the throne of heroes. Yay! I'm happy for that. Nitocris materializes as a servant, or so she thinks. The previous pharaoh's womb died some time ago before herself. Her beloved brothers, did they really make it to the entry onto the road that leads into the eternal paradise? She at last does not know, since she herself did not arrive there. If it's the case that they are at least pharaohs, let the thought be true. Like the pharaoh Osmandias, a dazzling beautiful pharaoh, where his brilliance is that reached the gods. If they live on as eternal existent, then undoubtedly the souls of her brothers will be rescued by that power. Man, dude, I would actually love something that involves her brothers, you know, like, maybe they appearing as servants, you know? It doesn't need to be like a bunch of different servants, but maybe one that, like, a gathering of her brothers. I think that would be pretty cool. General armament. Nitocris can carry out summoning by means of Egyptian magecraft, skyrab, mummies, some small beings that have been appeared of the god Medjed, and so forth, are summoned one after another to battle. That's pretty cool. Connection to other characters. Darius? What? It was not me. I am a different person from Queen Nitocris of Assyria, who left the key to the treasure storehouse of Babylon in her tomb. Therefore, please do not look over her here while I roll like that. No, that's... Nay. Gilgamesh. It was not me. I'm a different person from Queen Nitocris of Assyria, who left the key to the treasure. Therefore, please do not stare at me like you keep an eye of a thief with us all matter. Also, being overly familiar with Pharaoh Osmandias is disrespectful. Whispering. I like how she's like... I like that. Like, she's like, please... Gilgamesh, Darius, stop! Osmandias, King of Kings, the true Pharaoh, it is my utmost honor if you allow yourself to receive me, Nitocris, into relationship with you as your retainer. I want to tell you how much I'm thankful. There's no way opportunity for this will happen. I cannot tell this. Cleopatra Iskander, gentle pharaohs. That's pretty nice. Gentle pharaohs. Sun Sang, it is especially not because I want to brawl, but violence is violence. That was disrespectful. Okay, well, violence is violence, that is true. Elizabeth Bathory, although it's booming, her singing voice is quite... Yeah. Cast of the Nightless City. Let me see, I have some excellent tea leaves here on hand. So it's fine with you, how about you hang out with me together? I can see that's friends. Chun-Li, what are you doing, you little troglodyte? I mean, come on. Oh, got him. There was a beautiful tanned Egyptian pharaoh girl in the design plot, so I accepted designing Nitocris as soon as I knew this and crammed a bunch of Egyptian symbols on her. Well, that sounds kind of disrespectful, but... Hey, I personally thought I completed the design in a simple and well-coherent manner. As a matter of fact, in the middle of this work, there was a revision to the design of her. First stage had its rarity was changed from 3 to 4 star, and at the time I received a draft plan of her design from the director, so between you and me, it resulted in her first stage design as you see now. Her original design had little skin exposure. What? Dude, I would like to see that. However, she was blessed with a role in chapter 6 of the FGO story, and there was also influence coming from Caldea Radio that Miss Tanaka Minami, the voice actress in charge of Nitocris, is responsible for. So she grew into a character who is loved by everyone, which was much more than what I thought. Every time I get to this topic, I believe that it's nice to be able to receive a design that you can do. So, making her from 3 to 4 star make her lose clothes? Well, that's a bit odd, but okay. Yeah, that's some weird stuff. And we're gonna move here a little bit so we can get potatoes. Yeah. Now this is interesting. From what I understand from the illustrated comments, Nitocris was originally a 3 star with a third ascension that had little skin exposure. But then when she got changed to 4 star, the director gave him a new design that draft resulted in having more skin exposure instead. Which is a little odd. I mean, usually you would like think, well, she is a 4 star wife, so she got to have more skin exposure. But there's a character like Budisha that 3 stars still show a lot of skin. So I wonder what exactly was the logic behind the new draft. Yeah, that's true. That's a bit odd. And I still think it's weird. Yeah, we're gonna make her a 4 star. She need to show more skin then. Anyway, my rambling aside, one thing to note is that, unlike you might misunderstand, when Nitocris talk about lower class ruling a pharaoh, she's not talking about the poor or the common folk. You gotta remember that all other classes are beneath the pharaoh in Egyptian society, conceptually of course. So she's actually talking about the influential people, like say nobles, clergy, or high-ranked military. It's ancient Egypt, so let's pinpoint on being nobles or clergy that had the audacity to play around with the pharaoh title. Yeah, that was pretty much what I imagined. Giving and taking the title from whatever puppet they brought it fit to her interest better. In the case of Nito's brother, she sees this as something highly disrespectful, since the pharaoh is a government position as much as religious. I like Nito. I can't deny I'm very led on by her waifiness, but I agree that waifuism, if you will, is very apparent. Yeah, it kinda is. Funnily enough, I think that even with that, she's fine character on her own. I might be biased. No Medjed illustration? Bruh, yeah, I do agree. What? No Medjeds? What the fuck? But yeah, I do like Nitocris. She was one of my first 4 stars I remember getting, and I've been using her a lot and all of that, and yeah, I think she has a special place in my heart, so to speak. Even if I'm actually curious how her design was before she was like a 4-star and less close. It sounds so weird to me that they would do that, but I guess at the same time, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but here we are. But yes, that was 2 servants today. Artoria Pendragon, Lancer, and Nitocris. 2 characters I don't mind, definitely not. I like Nitocris more than Artoria Pendragon, Lancer, but Lancer Toria is also good in my opinion. So yeah, I will be back with more FGO Thirstday next week. So thank everyone for watching, and thanks especially to Potato for editing and making this happen. Really big thanks. So thank everyone, see you later, and have a continued super great day.